Taking great photos can be one of the most important things you do for your RV listings, not only just to show off the features and the RV itself, but also to attract potential renters to your listing. So in this video, I'm going to share some of the outdoorsy recommendations for RV photography, as well as some of my methods and equipment that I use to create photos for my listing. So with that, let's get started. All right, so the number one thing to do is probably the most obvious, and that's clean the RV. Get it prepared for the photo session. And what I usually do is just sweep or mop the floors real good, wipe down the counters, the cabinets, and even the walls. And specifically, I like to use those magic eraser foam pads to take off any of the scuff marks off the walls and just kind of like revitalize them and give them a more fresh look. I then hide all of the cleaning equipment, vacuum, brooms, even some of the storage containers, boxes and plastic boxes and things like that. Next is to find a good location. And usually what I like to do is go to, someplace like a park or a beach or someplace that's not crowded in the middle of the day to take photos on the interior. For the exterior, I like to be either in the morning time early or in the afternoon when the sun gets its best light. And if at all possible, have the RV in a more scenic environment. And what I usually do is if I'm on a camping trip, I'll take that opportunity to take photos of the RV actually in action. And that really helps too, because renters can actually visualize and see the RV in action and kind of see themselves doing the same thing, or get an idea of what it would be like to do the same thing. I like to use like wide angle lenses on my DSLR camera, and that really captures the whole space in the room. I also use a GoPro because it's a lot smaller and I can fit that into the corners of the room and really capture the entire space. If you have an iPhone or another smartphone, you can capture some of that space with a wide angle shot. And I know in the iPhone, I think it's the 0.5 setting, which is the first setting in the camera feature. And you can get a really good shot that way as well. I like to do close-up photos of the features of the RV, things like the stove, the bathroom, or the bedroom, to give renters a little bit better perspective on what to expect. So camera equipment is not necessary, but it really is helpful. And for me, I like to use things like tripods, selfie sticks, and in particular, the tripods that can grip around objects. In those cases, I can put the camera in odd angles. So being that the RV is so small and the space is so small, it's hard to really get a good angle of the entire space. So if you can manage to put the camera in a spot like up in the cab sleeper or up in the top of a cabinet or something like that, that tripod really helps to hold it in place and keep it still and allows it to capture some really great photos. Once I have all my photos, I'll use a photo editing software. I know an iPhone and iMac, they both have photo editors that even have presets. So all you have to do is click one of the presets and then it's pretty much ready to go. You can also do some adjustments based on your lighting and the camera equipment as well to make it look a little bit more brighter and professional. I also like to include people in the shots just to make sure that the renter can see the activity and visualize themselves doing the same activity. So I'll recruit like family and friends and sometimes even myself just to pose and kind of stage myself looking like I'm using the RV. But in a lot of cases I actually am using the RV. If I take it on a camping trip, I'll take that opportunity to take photos of the family or myself using the RV. So that way it gives the renters a little bit more of a real life experience, and when they see it, they can kind of visualize themselves doing the same thing. A lot of questions come up and people asking about how much storage. They have questions about how much luggage to bring, if they want to bring bikes or extra barbecue grills or things like that. So I try to make it a point to take photos of the outside storage compartments and then also the interior storage compartments, the cupboards, the cabinets, and any other storage area you have in the RV. Also take pictures of things like the awning, showing it deployed and then showing it stowed away as well. And then also if you have things like a TV on the exterior, showing pictures of that as well. And lastly, just trying to be as transparent as possible. And I know that can kind of be counterintuitive because you're trying to show off the best parts of the RV to really entice potential renters. But I think people appreciate too, and when you can kind of show some of the imperfections. The last thing you want is, the old bait and switch, and you have somebody show up and it looked a lot better in the pictures. And I've had that experience personally with hotel rooms and things like that. And so I always try to be as transparent as possible by showing some of the older parts of the RV, some of the things that maybe some of the minor imperfections. Obviously, the RV is not going to be perfect, especially after being rented so many times. There always are dings, and there always are things that were repaired, and those things I think are important to show to the potential renters. So that's my method for creating great photos for my RV listing. Hopefully the information was helpful for you. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. If you want to learn more about what I do, you can check out some of the other videos on the channel as well. And you can also download my free guidebook for managing an RV rental business using the Outdoorsy platform. And I placed that link in the description as well. So as always, thanks for watching and supporting the channel. We'll see you on the next video. Take care.